want good things to watch on television. We do. But every time something we love gets announced and it's attached to today's streaming services and everything that goes into it, we have dreaded fear in our hearts. We know that up until recently, the God of War TV show at Amazon was first being held by Rafi Poo Judkins, who gave us the disaster that was Wheel of Time. But he got fired because Wheel of Time lost them so much money. And then there was a ray of hope. There is a single ray of hope that gives the God of War TV show a chance. They brought in an actual television showrunner, Ronald D. Moore, one of the veterans who helped make Star Trek TNG a great thing, and went on to do Battlestar Galactica. He's had his misses, but this is a guy who knows how to make television. And they put him in charge of the God of War TV show. Now, he has said some things that have given some people worry. Oh, I haven't played the games, this and that. We don't know if he's going to go Greek first. We don't know what's going to happen. But he has given an interview at San Diego Comic-Con. And I want to take a look at this because let's see if we can find any ray of hope in here, because we're all God of War fans on this panel. We have played the games. We love them. We want this to be good, but it has to follow the proper path. So let's take a look at this. Ron D. Moore hit IGN's San Diego Comic-Con live show today to discuss his long career writing some of the most memorable sci-fi and fantasy shows of all of his past several decades, from Star Trek to Battlestar Galactica to Outlander, and for All Mankind. Next up for Moore is Amazon's adaptation of God of War, which Moore is serving as executive producer and showrunner on. Now, he's not writing it, but as showrunner, he's going to be heading up the writer's room. He'll have say yay or nay on that. For starters, Moore said that while, of course, Kratos will lead the show, his son Atreus also. Oh, no!
So they're doing Norse.
Oh, God damn it.
I was right to Norse. Damn.
I was hopeful for a second that as soon as What's-His-Bucket from Wheel of Time got kicked off the team, that they were getting away from his decision to do Norse first. I was praying for Greek because this story doesn't make sense without Greek. The best moments of 2018 are because of the Greek trilogy, like the moment where he goes and gets the Blades of Chaos. I think people put that up as one of the best moments in the entire franchise, at least the Norse games for sure. That moment means nothing if you don't know who Athena is or what he's been through. The Norse games just don't work without the Greek backstory.
I think I'll play devil's advocate just a little bit, because what they could do if they do start with Norse, they can use the Greek story as flashbacks.
They'd have to.
They would
There
have
would be
to.
a lot of flashbacks.
But Beardo, here's the
then.
problem with that. I want to see the journey. I don't want the flashback. I would rather just see Kratos' journey. If let's just say, for the sake of argument, they got 3 seasons. I'm just playing with the numbers here. I would have the entire Greek run, at least, or halfway through it. Just run through the games. Have freaking God of War 1 and 2 be the first season, and then we can move forward from there and get Norse in season 3. And I don't know why anyone would deviate from what makes the journey cool. Jumping straight to what that was Ragnarok, right? That's the Norse one. Right?
That's the second one.
There's God of War 2018 is the soft reboot, and then 2022 was Ragnarok.
There we go. Thank you. Why would I skip what makes Kratos? Because the Kratos that we get in the Norse mythology era is a different person based off of the experiences that he had fighting the Greek gods.
Correct. Somebody besides me and Jed, who actually understands the character development of Kratos, on how Norse Kratos is a completely different character.
Absolutely.
Completely different character. Yep. This is the Kratos that has had a second chance, a redeemed Kratos that is learned from his mistakes of being this bloodthirsty god killer, which he still is, but now he has a second chance at family, at being a father. Anyways, I didn't want to, but it's refreshing to hear somebody who actually fucking gets it. Anyways, Dre, sorry.
No. I appreciate it, and like, but that's that's the problem. The problem is when with modern creators, film and people in film, they're skipping to the end. And they don't know why they end up losing gas. Like I'm not going to compare them apples and oranges because they're not the same. But I'm just putting it out there just for the sake of simplicity. Lord of the Rings versus the Rings of Power. Okay, and they're not apples and oranges, but I'm just work with me here. Why would I tell a story that's out of order with characters that in some cases I don't have the rights to in order to try to tell a complete story that cannot be completed at all? And all you're going to do is piss off people. Why would I put myself in that type of position? Now, God of War is different, obviously, but you have the rights to the entire catalog, and you're choosing to skip all of it just to get to one section that I guess the director likes.
Well, this is the problem. It's this is where Ron D. Moore, as successful and proper a showrunner and writer as he and executive producer as he is, his statement, "I didn't play the games. I don't know what's going on there." This is where now that statement comes home to roost and is the core of this. He doesn't understand, and he doesn't know that he doesn't know. I think that you cannot simply pick it up because back to what we're talking about. You can't have moments in the Norse saga without the backstory. Helheim, when Kratos is in Helheim, what does it mean seeing Zeus in the clouds there? It means nothing without knowing what happened in God of War 2 and 3.
Yeah, because a lot of the people who are going to be watching this show for the first time don't have experience with playing the video games, but people can just turn on the TV and watch a show and try to understand why gamers, love this franchise. But the normies who are watching it, they're not going to get like those moments, like you just said, where Zeus is in the clouds in Helheim, or when Zeus goes back to his house and realizes, shit, my axe isn't going to work in Helheim. I need flame. I need to get the chaos blades. But then Athena's there telling him, like, it doesn't matter what you do now, you'll always be a monster. He's like, okay, you're right, but I'm your monster no longer. Like that shit for us gamers fucking hit
Chills.
deep. Like chills, tears almost. Like, fuck, man, such a powerful fucking moment. The normie viewers aren't going to get that. So that's where I was playing devil's advocate a little bit. If you are going to start with Norse, you have to have flashbacks, and not just like a quick 10-minute flashback in an episode. I'm talking like an entire episode flashback to tell the story of the payoff that you want to get in the next episode that they want to tell. They would have to do flashbacks. You have to if they're going to do Norse. If they're just going to do Norse and not even mention, they'll mention it. They'll mention the Greek mythology, the Greek games, of course. But you gotta show us something for like it to stick to the viewer.
And here's what I think the problem is. We go on here. Moore's going to talk about wanting to show off the father-son relationship, which is there's nothing wrong with that. But
it's become so popular in Hollywood these days. The parent relationship with Last of Us, with The Mandalorian, and even Fantastic Four recently, the parent-child dynamic has infused too much media at this point because it was popular. And 10 years ago, Last of Us and God of War showed how great it could be. And that's the thing. Tropes become so prevalent in Hollywood that no one can get away with it. I think this also ties into what we just saw in Fantastic Four and Superman. The entire storytelling professional medium these days, the entire industry, video games, movies, whatnot, is obsessed with the medias res right now, which is something you talk about a lot, Adam, is just diving immediately into the story, forgetting the backstory, and never catching us up. Like Superman, there are important things that happen right before that story starts that we're never really caught up on. We need to see some of those details. And I don't think any flashbacks in this God of War TV show could ever properly catch us up to the amount of context that we need for those stories to matter. And I think it's just more examples of popular things right now being chosen because they're popular, not that it makes sense for the story.
And the biggest problem is without understanding how Kratos loses his original family, which is the foundation of who he is, why he's so overprotective of Atreus.
Yeah.
Without that, you don't get it.
He trusted Ares. Ares led him to go kill his own family, unbeknownst to Kratos, but he did. That's why his skin's white. That's why he is the God of War, because he chose to go kill Ares and everything with that. they're gonna miss and bypass all of those moments to actually tell the story of why Kratos is Kratos.
And the problem is, as Dre pointed out, God of War 1 and 2, these are very short stories. These are not long
Yes.
things. You could have nailed those out in one season and
Absolutely.
then told a shortened season for God of War 3.
Yep.
And then you could give 2-3 seasons on all the shit that goes down in the Norse saga. You could, and honestly, people would have eaten up. It's the same mistake they made with Halo. It's all you had to do with Halo was just give us Halo 1. Just start it off with Halo 1, Master Chief and Cortana against the world. That's all you had to do. You didn't have to create a bunch of silver timeline bullshit. So it's well, I have all the respect in the world for Ronald D. Moore as a writer and a showrunner, and I'm glad they brought somebody in real to actually run the show. But you got to bring people in who also get the medium that you're dealing with. Game. This is based on a game, and gamers, we don't care if it's the same shit we just played in the game. We want to see it.
Exactly.
We want to see it.
Well, it's just stupid from a business standpoint as well. They have so much source material. Why are they bypassing a third of the God of War source material? It's the same thing with The Witcher. They're skipping books. They're cutting things out. It's 5 seasons, whereas if they were intelligent people, they could easily get 9 seasons out of The Witcher. Why aren't these people capitalizing off their source material to extend the life of their popular shows to get the most money out of these situations? You're going to make way more money making, I don't know, 7 seasons of God of War versus maybe 4 with just doing the Norse. It's asinine.
Yeah.
Well, if they do Norse, that's 3 seasons max, maybe.
At best.
Yeah,
At
like
best,
you could probably tell God of War 2018 in 1 season. God of War Ragnarok is probably a 2-season arc. But I can tell you exactly why, Jed, is because these people, they have their heads so far up their ass. They want to tell their story. They want to put their spin on it so that they have their fingerprint on this and say, I told this, I created this. They've done it with several other franchises too. Star Wars, they did it with Star Wars. They've done it with MCU movies and stuff. Even look at DC's Flash. They butchered the Flash movie. It is a ridiculous version of the Flashpoint paradox. Instead of doing Thomas Wayne, let's go dig up fucking 73-year-old Michael Keaton out of the fucking grave and have Michael Keaton in a Batman suit at 73 years old and try to convince the audience that he's out there kicking ass.
Seriously,
Kryptonian ass. He beats fucking Kryptonians.
How
in
hard
that
would
movie.
it have been to get the dude who played Negan?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah,
Jeffrey
how hard
Dean
would
Morgan.
how hard would it have been?
He
to
wanted
grab
to do it.
and put it. Yeah, he wanted to do it.
He
That would not have
wanted
been
to do
hard.
it.
Yeah, it would have been easy.
So that's what these people with the God of like, and that's why you hear these the heads of the producers and the writers and stuff. They specifically tell the actors, don't read any of the comic books, don't watch the TV shows that came before this. We want an original take on the character. Don't do any homework, just do what you think the character would do, which is a massive mistake. And it's because these fucking studio heads, they want their fingerprint on it and say, I did this, I told this story, and I didn't need anything else that came before it, which is a big massive mistake. So, like Adam's saying, they need to bring in a fucking nerd. They need to bring in a lore expert to help the fucking producers and the writers out. Okay, I don't care that you didn't play the game. I don't care that you haven't done your homework on it. That's fine. Bring in a fucking nerd who does know it and have them tell you what's going to work. Well, you can't do this because this wouldn't make sense because this happened before this, and Kratos behaves this way because this happened, so you can't write that. Like, have somebody in there who's going to correct all of their fucking stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
That's all we need is a nerd in there to help these guys out.
And someone that they'll actually listen to, because Rings of Power, they tried to get Tom Shippey in there and then they didn't listen to him for one solitary moment. So they fired him because he was actually telling them no. And I think this is also a lot like the James Gunn situation. It's ego. There's so much ego. Just like you were saying, they wanted to put their own stamps on all these different franchises that they can't be told no. They're unwilling to be told no. And to be a great creator, you need to be able to divorce yourself from your ego. Like if I were to make a Star Wars show, I wouldn't because that's not a franchise that I know, love, or understand. But if I were forced to, just like you said, I would have Adam be on that team telling me everything what I can and can't do. It's just basic common sense to make the best product possible. You need to understand the product, and these people, their egos won't allow them. They're all coming straight out of college with no experience, told, hey, you're the best in the world. No one's better than you. And they've been artificially inflated. Their talents have been inflated, and their egos molded by all these people in their lives that never tell them no, that never tell them, hey, that's not good. You need to do better. And that's why everything fucking sucks these days.
Yep.
As creators aren't ever told no, and their egos have run amok.
Even
And that's
George
why,
Lucas needed to be told to no.
Even the best of them need to be told no sometimes.
Yeah, and Cavill was difficult to work with on The Witcher because he actually cared. He read all the books. He knew the source material, and he's trying to tell these people that doesn't make sense. You know, Geralt wouldn't do this, or these characters wouldn't do that. This needs to happen first, and they're like, "Oh, you're difficult to work with. We're gonna fucking can you for Liam Hemsworth."
Yeah. So
Which he has nothing else going on, so Liam's not going to say no to anything.
discount
Right.
Hemsworth. He's discount Hemsworth for a reason. All right. So our faith has been shaken. We'll probably still watch and review this.
Of course.
We're gonna have to.
It all
Maybe-
depends on who they cast as Kratos too.
I mean, unfortunately, I just lost his name. Teal'c, help me, somebody. I just lost.
Oh,
his
you're
name.
talking about Chris Judge.
Chris Judge. Yeah,
Chris
Chris
Judge.
Judge. Unfortunately, Chris Judge, he's aged out at this point. He can't do the He could do the voice, but he's not Teal'c anymore. He can't do the physical stuff anymore. He's aged
Dude,
out of it.
Having
Yeah, that
him
makes
play
sense.
in a 2005 movie or something like that would have.
Oh, that would have been
goated.
incredible.
Mhm.
Or even like 6 years ago, 6-7 years ago in 2018, he still could have done it right then. Like, let's do live action now with Chris Judge. And I don't care if it's a black man and white face. Chris Judge is current day Kratos. I don't care. So
He's the
I would've
voice. He doesn't have the look. He maybe has the size.
Mm.
That dude's buff. He don't have the look for it. He doesn't.
I
The
have
face
I have
shape.
Stargate nostalgia, so you have to forgive me.
Sure.
I love Chris Judge. I love Chris Judge. Anyway,
But there isn't an actor out there right now that I think can pull it off.
They're gonna
to be
hire
Kratos.
someone like fucking Dwayne Johnson.
It's gonna be
It's
Dwayne
Oh,
Johnson
don't stop.
or
Jed,
Jason
Dave
Momoa.
Bautista.
Yeah, don't say it out loud. They can
It's-
hear you.
It's gonna
Those
be
demon
someone
babies
like
can
that.
hear you.
There's tons of guys on Instagram and TikTok that do a great Kratos cosplay impression. Hire one of those guys. And if they don't have the voice, fucking dub it. I don't care if they dub it. Have Chris Judge dub it.
Chris
That
Judge
would
dubbed
be
it.
awesome.
Have,
Exactly.
have Chris Judge dub it. I
That's
don't
perfect.
fucking
Well,
care.
he's
I
not
just want a
supposed to
dude
talk
that
a whole
looks
lot.
like it. Yeah. Kratos is a man of very few words.
It works.
He talked more in I'm curious to see if you guys agree with me. He talks more in the Greek games than he does in Norse.
Especially God of War 3. He has a lot to say in
I
God of
would
War
Yeah, he has
3.
a lot of lines.
because he's a rage monster at that time, fueled by his emotions, and that comes out in his mouth. Whereas in the Norse ones, he's much more calm, cool.
It's
and
just a
collected.
few kind of words of wisdom every now and then.
Mhm.
But
in the
I don't know
Norse
how
ones.
you guys feel about it, but this is one that I feel like is a legitimate possibility and kind of more leaning towards the best case scenario because he already works with Amazon Prime. Alan Richton might be a name being thrown out there.
Ooh,
He's got the size.
he has the
He's a
size.
big man.
He does not have the voice.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the voice for Kratos.
You could dub him. I'd go with the dub.
I'd support that.
Now,
Yeah.
this might be controversial, but I think, in my personal opinion, I think T.C. Carson, in my opinion, was a better Kratos voice. That's just me. And I'm probably in the minority, and that's
It's a
fine.
younger Kratos. It's a
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
with a
think
younger
he fit
Kratos.
with what that portrayal of Kratos. The portrayal is so
Yeah.
very different that
They
I think
Yes.
they both were right for
Yes.
what they were.
Correct.
Yes, and like that's just me. That like I have nostalgia from his voice because I used to watch shows with my mama.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Either way. But once again, it goes back to the same problem. They're not going back to the Greek, so now we're back to
So
pretty much where
our
it
faith
comes
is
to.
shaken. This will be this is definitely a wait and see because as the article says, Ron D. Moore is being very tight-lipped about anything else. So, but we'll find out. Like Beardo said, we'll know when we see the casting. When we get the first castings, and we probably at most will maybe see this at the end of next year. At this point, I don't think we see it even minimum.
See
before
what, the casting or
No, the
any-
show.
No, the show.
The show.
The show?
Late
Fuck.
26 at the earliest, probably
Late 26 at
27.
earliest.
As
yeah.
the earliest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
they
don't
haven't
see
even
this for a while.
cast. I don't think they're working on scripts yet. There's
Well, they
nothing
had to
final.
throw everything out that was
Rafe
before.
Judkins did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had to throw everything.
Who's going to
out.
play Mimir? Just,
A CGI
imagine,
head.
yeah, it's just going to be some CGI actor's head. Christopher Walken is Mimir.
Oh no.
No.
Just
I can't-
a floating Christopher Walken head.
I almost did that. I almost did my walk-in invitation, which is terrible. All right, we're gonna bail out now. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.